All right, before we jump into the podcast, as the weather gets warmer and the jackets come off, you guys should be putting on a new pair of Tommy John loungewear. So go shop Tommy John's colorful new spring designs at TommyJohn.com/wide open and get 20% off your first order. Save 20% right now at TommyJohn.com/wide open. See site for details. ShipStation helps you get there faster, whether you run a side hustle or a giant warehouse. Keep customers happy and fulfill more orders than ever, all while cutting shipping costs and managing it all from a single dashboard. So keep growing your business all year long with ShipStation and use promo code WIDEOPEN today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, promo code WIDEOPEN.
All right, we rolling?
We're rolling.
All right, guys, the set looks a little bit different today because we're currently in British Columbia, Revelstoke, to get specific with it, set up on a podcast in our buddy Carter's garage right now. It's like a half gym, half bar, half shop garage. We figured all of our homies are in town, our Canadian buddies, so we should rip a pod because it's going to be pretty funny.
Yeah, we're going. The Life Wide Open podcast has gone international. We finally came to you.
And we got Brett Turcotte on here, first guest in the hotspot over here, which is funny enough. This is your second time on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for giving me the shout out and get me in on this one. It should be fun.
I think you're the first ever reoccurring guest.
That's pretty gnarly.
Actually, you are.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, but we got to thank you for bringing us out, showing us around.
Well, we talked about
Getting
it
us
kind of like
unstuck.
all summer, right? I feel like we planted the seed in the spring, and I was like, man, the borders are going to open up, and you guys are going to have to come and see what Revelstoke or British Columbia, for that matter, is all about. So
We flew in here, which was really nice. We didn't have to drive.
VIP, man? Why wouldn't you?
That's
dude?
what it feels like, dude.
Yeah.
Everything here feels like VIP.
Carter's got the spot, dude.
Yeah.
Stoked is the
Stoked Mountain Adventures.
Let's just talk about what happened today. Let's just get it out of the way
please.
right away.
We could dive right in.
out of the room.
Yeah. So we've been riding for the past 3 days, and it's been really insane. Like deep snow, insane mountains, steepness, pretty much the gnarliest of the gnarly you can get into on snowmobiles, right? So we're in basically the most flat, level parking lot. The easiest thing we have done the entire trip, right? I go, hey, Brett, can I borrow your snowmobile to take a thumbnail picture? And he goes, yeah, buddy, of course. Just be careful, though. The throttle has a little bit of ice in it, so it might stick. So just in case, wear this tether around your wrist. And I was like, okay, all right, well, it should be fine. I'm literally just pulling it like 3 feet on flatness.
He's driving around like
I
the
shouldn't have
parking
much
lot.
to worry about here, right? And so sure enough, I hop on it and pulling it around, and I'm like, oh, shit, I can feel a little bit of stickiness in this throttle, right? And then there was like a little mound because I was trying to get up next to this measuring stick because I thought it'd look good in the thumbnail, right? And to get up this mound, I give it a little bit more pepper. Throttle sticks
Wide open.
wide open on an 850 boost. The thing pretty much rockets out from underneath me. It plows over this like landmark of a snow depth meter, right?
Any snowmobiler in North America has looked at that camera and said, like, how much snow is in Revelstoke?
Yeah, plows through this 6-inch tree that the measuring stick is bolted to.
Keep in mind, this thing is 15 feet tall, and it's buried about like 8 feet. Right?
Yeah. Breaks the tree clean in half, and then the sled. Luckily, I had the tether on my wrist. The sled then dies after, but it had gotten so much speed.
It was
Basement.
fully airborne.
It was fully airborne. I have like the perfect mental image in my brain right now. Like I'm waiting for Elon to just like pull my SD card so we can put that into the computer.
Dude, so
Dude, seriously, we need
honestly, yeah, we need that. We need that. So yeah, we have Mike. Mike is over there taking photos because we weren't planning on
Big
anything
bummer. I'm pointing
nuts happening.
I'm pointing a camera right at you as this all happened. Like pointing it at the scene with a wide angle. It would have got it all, but I'm in photo mode.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
big
I-
bummer.
Yeah.
Such a
My
big
jaw's
bummer.
never been lower on the floor than seeing you do that today.
So I do that. The snowmobile rockets out, hits the pole, snaps it in half. I'm then laying on the ground in sheer disbelief of what just happened. And the first thing I do is like check my body, like I'm good. I didn't get hit by the tree coming down or hit a tree in the process. Luckily, I kind of bailed early.
Dude, you were white as a ghost.
But yeah, I was like
gonna
extremely
start calling you
rattled.
Casper.
One, I was worried about Brett's sled. It's like a $30,000 snowmobile, and I just launched it into a tree.
Specifically built, and also what, brand new this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's like not even out of break-in mode yet.
Yeah.
I'm still continually putting parts on it.
Which we put on a new bumper last night,
night.
which is good timing. But I'm like the snowmobile, and then I'm like, oh my god, what the f- did I just hit? I'm like looking over and I see
Dude, you don't
two
even-
pieces of yellow laying in. I'm like, oh, I just plowed through that meter stick, and then I look up and there's like 40 people in the parking lot.
Dude, there's people
just
like
staring.
piling out of the cabin.
Yeah, and then people start coming out of this cabin. So I guess to give a little reference, this cabin in British Columbia is like one of the most legendary spots to
The
go
Boulder
to.
Cabin.
Like everyone knows what the Boulder
Yeah.
Cabin is if they've ridden in the area, or like you said, checked the webcam, because there's a webcam on top of the cabin that points at this metering stick that is live 24 hours a day. So at any point you can check, hey, did they get snow? I'm gonna look at the metering stick. Boom.
Hey, did Ben hit?
Why is
the thing
it?
again?
Why is the metering stick all of a sudden 4 feet smaller? Did we get 4 feet of snow, or what happened? So I'm just figuring out what happened. I'm like, oh my god, this is insane, right? And I'm like, Mike, turn that fucking camera on, bro, because Mike was just taking pictures. I was like, record, and Mike turns it on. I'm like trying to figure out like still what's going on. Turkey comes up and he's like, "You good, my sled? You good?" Yeah. And I'm like looking around, and then pretty soon I just see a
Just
flock,
a swarm.
of people moving in, and
You're just like-
nobody was like smiling.
There was a guy that was like, "Huh, nice move, guys, idiots." And I looked at him and I was like, "Pardon?" Like my $30,000 snowmobile just ghost rode into that thing. Like you think that this was real? There would have been
Planned.
cameras rolling everywhere. And for one, am I going to loan you my brand new Polaris boost to just go kamikaze it through a 6-inch tree? Like,
It'd be pretty
and
cool.
also,
It'd be
why
pretty cool
the
if you did, though.
important tree
Yeah.
of all of them?
and so I like looked at this guy and I was like, "Do you not realize the like severity of the situation here?"
What
He's
could
like,
have went
"Well,
wrong?
man, like somebody's got to come up here and fix this thing." I was like, "We got it. I have to go over there and make sure my buddy's alive." Like it looks like all of the blood left his face and went to his feet. Like,
Laying on the ground.
and so
still.
that guy was just like, he was so buttered because, I mean, jokingly so, like he was probably gonna wonder how much snow we got tonight because it's snowing right now. So he's like, he's gonna
I'm
be,
sure a
he's
lot of
gonna be
people are
like so
confused.
put off by the fact that the stick is like 4 feet lower now.
Dude, people are gonna look at the camera and go, "Holy shit! There's 13 feet of snow."
What's
know,
the
there's a-
best part is everyone that was outside was like hyped on it. Whatever, to an extent.
Really?
No, I mean like most of them that came up were like, "Oh, that was crazy," and then everyone that went into the cabin were like, they didn't want to
Man,
see
they
it. And then
screwed
Ben
up.
was like,
thought that it was just like
Ben was
some-
like, "I'm not going into the cabin. I don't want." And I was like, "I think that's where the crowd gets a little
That's
upset."
probably a
Is.
good
And so I went in there, and then some guys like, "Yeah, Turcotte's always bringing all his amateur buddies around." And
Oh,
it's
that's
really
even
funny.
funny.
Yeah, I was
What?
like, yeah, I like heard it from
Amateur.
across, and I was like, in that situation, it's really funny because we're the amateur buddies. But it was
I thought it was also pretty funny that there was people like coming up and they were like, "Hey, yeah, we're subs and everything." I was like, man, these people got to think that we're just so fucking stupid.
Yeah, but you know
Like-
what, dude? You guys,
Like, they got to be like, damn, these kids are like always just doing this, huh? Like
Yeah,
they're
but
just
you guys are gonna be able
it's
to
not
back it
fake.
up
It's
in
not
the-
fake. They're not putting on a show.
really
like
are that
acting
dumb.
like they are this stupid. You know? I don't know. I think it was just probably came off like refreshing for them to know.
yeah.
But you know what,
could agree
dude? The
with that.
video's gonna come out, and it's like, you guys were shredding, and where we were today was like, you did a sick drop. Evan did like a half a backflip off a drop. Spencer hit a drop on his snow
Yeah.
bike. Like,
No, it did. The day
it's
did
not that you
start out
guys
good.
are like
Yeah, it
lack
started
of
out good.
skill. That was just like, man, some things are just meant to happen, or that was like, camera was off, unfortunately. But
just the
I mean,
worst.
it's just like, it is what it is. The people are talking about you. You know,
Yeah,
like
I
the-
guess
the
it's
hype
true.
is up.
Yeah, you know, they say no publicity is bad publicity.
No, bad.
Huh?
No, I
Bad
don't.
publicity is better than no publicity.
Oh, is that what they said? So
Close
royally,
enough.
royally dick. I knew it was
that one.
something like that.
You know what, dude? I'm honestly just like, I mean, things happen out there, and it's like
Things
all the
do
gnarly
happen.
things. Like, man, I've half underspun backflips and like stepped off and been fine, and like no sled damage, nothing. And it's just like it's always the the quirky things, you know, that you're like
Yeah,
not
dude,
thinking
When you
about.
have fans out here being quirky.
Yeah. See, I was just goofing around. Like some people do backflips when they're goofing around. Some people accidentally ghost ride snowmobiles into legendary metering sticks.
I had gotten a message too on my Instagram, like, "Oh yeah, I'd imagine the bill's in the mail from the club."
All
Of
right.
course, it had to be on your sled too. Well, it either been on your sled or Carter's sled. So either way, I would have been in the wrong.
Yeah.
But do you think that it's easier to backflip in the backcountry knowing that you're probably going to be all right if you don't land it completely? Or is it just way easier to do it off of a full-on freestyle ramp?
There's some confidence inspiring aspects of being in the backcountry. Flip side of that, you're miles and miles away from a hospital or medical care, or, you know, you got to put some trust and faith in your buddies that, you know, they're going to take care of you, and you have a rescue plan or you have a safety plan, you know, whether that's satellite communication, cell phone service, direct line to the heli. You know, we were out on a ride the other day and I got an inReach message from one of my buddies saying, "Dude, we're down in a creek, like we're messed up." And he's like one of my high level riding buddies. And so when I got that message, it like light bulb, okay, he like seriously needs help. He's not one that would reach out and be like, "Dude, I'm in a creek, come give me a ski pole." It's like,
Yeah,
I showed up, there was a snowmobile 20 feet down into a hole that was 15 feet wide. Like it looked like a massive crater, and there's water running through it, like whitewater rapids running through the skid of the snowmobile, and it was just planted. You know?
Yeah.
So having those like safety plans, and for him to be able to reach me, luckily I was in cell service,
Yeah.
but he had satellite communication to at least get me a text, be like, "Dude, we're on the same mountain." And so I just sent him another message back, said, "Hey, fire up your 7S dash. I'll come right to you." And Mater, Gerbs, and myself and Spencer came along on the snow bike. We dove down in there. I found their group on the 7S dash on the Polaris and rode right to the exact location that they were.
No way.
Wow.
That's
How sick is that?
That's crazy.
Doing those rescues is fun, man. I mean, I've been on a few of them this winter, and it's kind of been like the kind of going trend of my videos too. It's just like night rides and like night rescues, and
Dude,
just
we
love
should have
helping
done that. We
people
should have
out.
gone for a night ride. That would have been sick.
that would be
know.
sick. You guys are here for another night?
I brought my headlamp.
Yeah, dude. Night rides are so fun.
Are they
Honestly,
really?
it
You
just
make
makes-
them look
it makes
fun, but
the-
they look terrifying. They
it
sound
makes the most
terrifying.
mellow of things feel so gnarly because you
Yeah.
can't see outside of that 20-foot circle of yourself. That being said, you go ride spots where you're like confident of
Right.
like snow conditions are good, you know, relatively close to cell service ish.
Yeah,
you know,
bro. I
you-
can
you
barely
gotta-
ride in the daylight.
Yeah, you gotta trust.
don't know if that
you gotta
sounds like a
trust
good
that
idea
your
at all.
buddies are like they're keen and they're down. you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could be a ton of fun, and it doesn't have to be super gnarly what you're doing out there in the night, and it feels so rad.
Yeah, I
You're
bet.
in your own bubble. It's like I love that aspect. Even when I was competing, like I way rather jump and perform at night, where it's just like channel
Hyper-focus,
focuses into like a central area. My buddy Jamie and I tried to connect two zones together one time. Nikki's 8 months pregnant at home. We leave the house at like 1 o'clock. Like, oh yeah, we should be able to loop this out and be back by 4. We drop in this gnarly drainage. I mean, you guys hear me say gnarly and you're like, yeah, everything you do is gnarly. This was like, it put me on my, like the hairs on my neck were standing up, and we were committed, you know,
Holy
dropping
shit.
bluffs and dodging willows and then into creeks and running water. Anyways, we're trying to connect these two zones. We got to go off of one mountain down to valley bottom and up the other one. And we got the descent, we got to the bottom, we high-fived, and we're like, man, thank goodness we're not going to have to climb back out of that. And then we start ascending the other side, and it's about 3 o'clock at this point, and we just get waterfalled out. There's no way we're getting up the next face. And we're like, man, this is gonna suck. And so we come back onto our tracks and have to navigate this like just pretty insane sort of boulder field, and it's low snow conditions, and it's starting to get dark. Jamie doesn't have a headlamp. I do. He has a headlight delete kit on his sled because he wanted like lightweight, you know.
Yeah,
Save that pound.
I was
yeah.
on a Speedworks supercharger. Anyway, from 4 o'clock till midnight, we spent trying to get back up our down track. Nikki's at home freaking out at 8 months pregnant, and she knows better to not call the search and rescue. She calls the neighbors around our area and be like, Brett and Jamie dove into this drainage and they're trying to connect these zones. You guys mind going to find them?
Why not call search and rescue?
I mean, the search and rescue was just not that skilled at that point to get to where Jamie and I were. And she knew that our neighbors were.
Yeah. Talented riders.
And so they They drop into the drainage at about 1 o'clock, and they drop AM. They drop in our tracks, but instead of riding in, they hike down because it's terrifyingly steep and scary. They go all the way to the valley bottom, and as Jamie and I are like working our way through, we do this like half circle around each other. So like we're going up, and those guys are hiking down, but they didn't have radio contact or anything to us. They didn't know what channel we were on
They
or
heard
anything.
you.
They could
Like-
hear us,
but
and they like ended up below us, you know? And so then we get out the drainage, and we get up to where their sleds are, and we start lighting a fire. And at like 2:30 in the morning, we just hear them trudging up the hill. And one dude is so beat, he's lifting his legs with his hands to get his feet up out of the snow.
Oh.
So that was kind of like the start of the love of the night ride.
It's like that one time I got stuck down there. That's when it became fun for me.
I've never had an overnight experience. So that was the closest that I've ever been. But I was like, I feel like there was a little seed planted there where it was like, this is actually kind of pretty cool.
You've never done it overnight?
No, I've
yeah,
never,
I'm surprised by
never
that.
done an overnight. I've
But-
been like looking to do some intentional overnights,
Yeah.
like
Our
go
buddy-
up late, like super late, stay in the cabin, and then get up for sunrise and go ride.
Oh, that's cool.
Or go up late and ride through the night and stay in a cabin and wake up in the morning. You know,
That's pretty rad.
There's lots of cool different ways I've been.
That's sick.
So when you're young, spring break is all about what you take off. As an adult, make it about what you put on. Lounge anywhere from poolside to inside in the new Tommy John loungewear. Tommy John loungewear, pajamas, and underwear have dozens of comfort innovations like luxuriously soft tri-blend and micromodal fabrics with four-way stretch. And Tommy John has been covering our butts for 15 years, protecting the most valuable assets in softness and style. With over 20 million pairs sold and thousands of five-star reviews, people love Tommy John. That's why Tommy John doesn't have customers. They have fanatics. I love my Tommy John loungewear. It's perfect for lazy Sundays or days at work when I feel like being comfortable. On Thursdays, we're typically sitting at our computer all day editing, and I always pick Tommy John on Thursdays, honestly. The best part is everything's backed by Tommy John's best pair you'll wear, or it's free, guarantee. So go shop Tommy John's colorful new spring designs at TommyJohn.com/wide open and get 20% off your first order. Save 20% right now at TommyJohn.com/wide open. See site for details. Hey guys, I got a quick word from today's sponsor, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year, and as the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Mint Mobile got my New Year start off right by saving money where I didn't want to spend it, like on my phone bill. I'm paying less than half of what I used to before I switched to Mint Mobile. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you, and all plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. I know what you're thinking. It'd be a pain to switch to Mint Mobile. You'd lose your phone number. You'd have to get a new phone. But Mint Mobile makes it easy. All you do, pop in a new SIM card, and you're good to go. So get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free. Go to mintmobile.com/wide open. That's mintmobile.com/wide open. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/wide open. We had a video that we did like a couple years ago when we went out into Utah and spent a night in the backcountry with the Godfreys. And we went to like this teepee. There was like already kind of like a lean-to made in the mountain. And we spent the entire day not snowmobiling, just building our stuff for the night. We had food, we had drinks, we had everything. It was super, super fun. One of the cooler experiences watching the sunset and the sunrise, but sleeping in a sleeping bag with all my warm clothes, all the stuff in the snow cave. I'd spent 6 hours digging, and it was still brutal. And I think about spending a night after riding all day like we did today, where you're sopping wet and you're tired and you're hungry, and all you want is a cheeseburger, and having to spend a night out there it'd be awful.
That's when you're
good
like
fuel to
you're,
get
you're
home.
sitting in front of the fire, literally like drying your socks just so you can
My
put 'em
will
back
to
on.
survive, or my will to conquer, is way stronger than my will to just like, okay, we're staying the night. I will
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
until I'm bleeding out my eyeballs and my fingertips are wore off. I am scratching and clawing my way out of anything or everything that I can. You know?
Yeah, it's that fight or flight.
I just grit, man. You can't teach grit. I grew up in that sort of scenario, you know, like
You Canadians
up-
are built different.
grew up in a logging family, and it was just like when stuff breaks down on the logging equipment, you do everything you can to get it fixed, because every minute you lose is $100, or you know what I mean? And I feel like that's carried into my career, whether it's competing or just like riding natural terrain or just like,
Mhm.
even when I'm like going for a ride and we're out in the trees, I'm intentionally trying to punish myself. I'm like, I think I can get my snowmobile through that little like spot right there, and then I'll get just wedged in there. Like, well, I guess that didn't work.
Yeah, dude. We say that all the time when everything goes wrong that you can't even imagine going wrong. There's always some kind of way to fix it or make the show continue to go on.
Totally.
Because, like, we figured it out on like all of our weird contraption vehicles. Like, we don't
Such a
really
pain.
show the process of them breaking in the videos just to keep them moving. But like, it's always such a disaster, and we don't have any time to just be like, oh, well, we can't do it. Like, we have to post on Thursday, and we always
I
figure
forgot
out,
to put the
we
master
always
link
figure
on
out
the
how to
chain
figure
and
it out.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
separated.
So there is something to be said about that, like being a problem solver for anything
100%. And just like
and just figuring it out.
the will to conquer,
Yeah.
like I feel like that's just something that it just gets ground
with.
into you.
Yeah.
You just keep taking the beating, and come out the other side. It's like that sort of like fulfillment is what I'm after like all the time. I just love that feeling of like the satisfaction of just being absolutely ground down to nothing and then coming out the other side and just like high-fiving your buddy or like your group and be like, man, that was absolutely gnarly. And we're like back at the trucks,
Yeah.
What does David call it? It's type 2 fun? Type 2 fun.
Type 2
Type
fun.
2
yeah.
fun.
It's when
Yeah.
you're having a bad time, but you're with your buddies. And then afterwards, it's going to be really fun
A
to talk
great
about. But
time.
in the moment, you're
hate it at the moment, but you look back on it, it's awesome.
Yeah.
exactly type 2 fun.
I go with like
Most
the
of
Tyler
everything we
Bierman
do.
quote. The Tyler Bierman quote, like that dude is gnarly on a dirt bike, but he's always just like team never quit. Like
It's true.
all those top level moto dudes just get punished with injuries, and it's so cool to watch them come back and rebuild and come back better. And it's like I try and keep that mentality in my brain. You see me in my vlogs where I'll be so buggered up and just like everything that I've got, every ounce of energy to like not be stuck. And come out the other side like, oh, so glad I never quit, because if I quit, it's concreted in and I'm going to be there for hours.
Yeah.
What's the worst injury you've had?
Broken femur at, man, what was I? 12 years old, was pretty gnarly. But when I broke my ankle and my tailbone in 2017 and then was hospitalized for 2 weeks because I lost 60% of my blood.
Whoa.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, what happened?
I got dispatched from one small town hospital, diagnosed with a broken tailbone and a broken ankle. And like, they didn't even give me crutches or anything. They just like straight off the hospital bed into the back seat of the truck. And Nikki and Hudson was like newborn, like not very old at all. She drives me up over this mountain pass and we're trying to get home. And I'm just like laying in the back seat of the truck, just excruciating pain. Hudson's crying. I said newborn, but I think maybe she's like a year. She's just like, she's crying, just doing baby stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm freaking out because my stomach hurts so bad and I haven't like pissed in 22 hours or something. And my stomach starts getting super, super hard. And I'm just begging Nikki, like, just drive faster. Like, we need to get to the next town. Anyway, this is a 2-hour drive between towns.
Yep.
And it got so bad that I told her, like, we need more help than this, so she calls my physical trainer and she's like, what do I do? And he got us like the hotline to the front desk at ER at the hospital in Kamloops. Call the front desk. They dispatched an ambulance to meet us at the front of the hospital because that's the quickest way to get yourself in.
Yep.
So they ripped me out of the back seat of the truck, put me onto the gurney, in through ER, right to the trauma unit. And, I get diagnosed and they're doing all these scans. And I was like, I'm going to say 100 mils away from like my bladder bursting and just going full septic. And so then they started running blood tests and I was like 60% low on red blood cells. I was internally bleeding inside so bad
Gosh.
that I was just like, my stomach was just filling up with fluid and I was just like pretty much just driving around dead.
Holy shit. Wait,
And
so what happened
that was in
there?
2017. I was hitting a freestyle ramp at Kyle DeMello's house and was just doing a whip. And I whipped really hard and my hand, for whatever reason, came off of the bars and I grabbed back on and I tried to straighten the bike out and it just wasn't coming back straight. So I bailed and just went 90 feet to my feet and just crumpled and landed on the bike, drove the foot peg through my ass, and broke my tailbone, broke my right ankle. And yeah, I guess that was, I'm going to say that's the gnarliest one.
Dude,
Gnarly.
that is insane. After that, weren't you like, man, kind of fuck dirt bikes?
A little bit, but then I was like, I fucking love dirt bikes. 3 months later, I was back riding ramps again. 6 months later, I went double golds at Winter X. So it was like,
So you didn't let it slow you down too much?
Yeah, no.
no, but it slowed me down now. That ankle is pooched. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
That seems to kind of be the general saying for most athletes that are performing at a high level. Injuries rarely slow them down,
Yeah,
especially
until you
like
get 35 like me, and then you're like, yeah, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, there's that 2017 ankle injury.
yeah, but
Or
not
the tailbone, like any more than 2 hours on the airplane. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I need to stand up.
not very often.
I'm going to be that guy that packs around an inflatable donut.
Oh,
You know?
Sit on?
Yeah, to sit on. Just like if I'm flying to Japan or Australia or something, that's me. That's my steez, dude.
really?
Yeah, I'd probably have like
That's-
rubber ducks or something on it. Something rad.
Dude, I thought that was gonna have to be me this morning. I had like the spiciest Korean bowl last night. Oh my god, it was terrible. I was actually contemplating even not snowmobiling,
Dude, you
because
were.
I was like, I don't think I can go out on the hill, boys. I've had such a rough morning. This just doesn't sound like a good idea for my pants.
That Korean was gnarly too, dude.
It was so hot,
spicy.
dude.
I seen the 3 peppers on the menu. I'm like, I could do spice. Yeah, this morning I was not doing spice, dude.
No, I think Carter's toilet's actually filing an assault charge on me.
Is that why the Mounties were here this morning?
Yeah, yeah, they were asking questions. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, I got to go finish tightening up the bolts on the front end of that snowmobile so it doesn't fall apart while I
Sounds
ride it
good, bro.
tomorrow.
Sounds good.
And then we'll run in there and just give it a once over.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
come
Once
out
over.
for the final inspection and just see if it's up to your standards.
All right, bro. Thanks for hopping on the pod.
Yeah, thank you
Round
guys.
2. Carter, you want to
Carter,
hop in?
Yeah,
Thanks,
Carter, you wanna
Brett.
hop in?
This is Carter Hill. He owns this whole place. It's called Stoked Mountain Adventures. I just have to say one thing about you, man. Like you don't skip steps anywhere. This whole place is so dialed. You even have stoked
I'm
waters.
hanging right now, aren't I?
Well, dude, Carter,
What, stoked water?
you're the most Canadian person I know, bro.
And Ben tells him that every time he sees him.
And I love it. I love it. It's I hope you take it as a compliment, but I just think you're so funny, dude. Like everything you say is just like effortlessly funny, and it's got the Canadian accent to it. So it just adds like a little pizzazz to it.
It goes both ways. I think you Americans are pretty funny too, but you guys are basically Canadian where you're from. So every
man.
American friend I have talks all the time about how funny I am, but I don't think I'm like that funny, but
It's just
just
shit.
me.
It's just how you say it.
Canadians
I
are
think.
different, man. We just shit talk all the time. So
I feel like I've developed a little bit more of a Canadian accent being up here.
Oh,
I feel like now I'm
definitely.
playing into just the smidge that I have as a Minnesotan.
you're day 3 here, right?
Yeah, day 3.
In the last 3 years.
It's like that.
Another week.
But it,
Yeah, give me a week.
yeah, dude, it happens fast. Cause think if we went to Australia, there's no way we would just start. I mean,
No.
we'd start a little bit. You
But
know,
my
you'd say,
parts girl's Australian, so it's like
yeah,
there's
I guess
days I want to talk back to her in Australian. It's be funny because it's just,
we start sounding really Canadian.
yeah, 100%.
Carter,
Yeah.
we came up here 3 years ago and Ben called you one night. I think that was after a long night at the bar. And he said, Carter, say the most Canadian thing you can to me. And what did
Just
Carter say?
Canadian to me.
You were like, oh, some
Up talk, up
Yeah.
talk.
No, this. Oh yeah, okay, I know what that's about. I had a friend that I played hockey with, and he was from Tuktoyaktuk, like Northwest Territories. So they basically live like on the ocean over there, and it's like the Arctic. This is how this happened. How I got this line. But we were at a hockey, it was an all sports like event tournament. Like it's basically like called Arctic Winter Games,
Mhm.
and it was in where were we? Grand Prairie, Alberta. So Red Plate. Yeah,
Yep.
Red Plate. You
Red
guys
Plate.
know Alberta, hey? Red Plate. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
those
why
red
people have been
plates.
throwing shit at us when we're driving through
Yeah, I
our
was like, I
rental
think
cars?
we're
It's
red
fine.
plate.
Yeah, you guys are in a rental Red Plate though, so you're exempt. Oh, I love I don't give a hell where you're from, what you do, or what you are. I just support anyone's business.
Would
Um,
so if Justin Trudeau walked in
Definitely
here?
not him. No, I don't support his business.
Would you let him rent a sled from you?
Hell no. I would drag him out of here.
Really?
100%. And I'll call everyone I know. to help.
So Carter's how I got all of my my COVID news
I didn't
from
finish
for
the
what was
talk.
going on.
Oh, yeah, what's the
sorry,
talk-
sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
sorry.
sorry.
Oh, I don't
Sorry,
mean to
sorry,
interrupt you. I promise.
No, no,
I
no, no,
gotta
no,
tell you
no,
this.
no. Carry on, carry on.
So
Sorry.
we were in Grand Prairie, Alberta, and they kind of made like an athletes lounge at all these events when they do it. So we were in there, and you're like, you get to hang out and meet like all other athletes, like wherever they're from, right? And there was this team of like volleyball player Russian girls. I think it was Russia. We were all in grade 10 this time. So like these chicks were like dimes to all these kids from up north, right?
Of course.
And our friend
You guys are
Kevin
used- yeah.
like goes up to one of these chicks and he's like, oh man, he's like no more than like 5'5", but he would like F you up. Like he was yoked. And he was like
Like my
crazy.
buddy Evan.
And
He did 20 pull-ups today.
yeah, okay, he
Put that thing up close.
he
Yeah.
cheated.
They
He was
went from-
taking it.
they were some pretty weak pull-ups, Ev.
Long story short, says this chick, says, hey, I'm from Tuk Tuk Tuk, you wanna fuck? And she no shit, like literally turned around and kicked him right in the nuts.
No way.
What?
Like just dropped
They
him.
didn't put him on. Yeah, I was like, put him on the ground.
Dropped him, yeah. And all of us just like pissed ourselves laughing. It was
I
the
bet.
funniest thing I ever seen. And he was like this
Tuk
little
Tuk
like
Tuk.
solid like inner kid. And oh my god, it was hilarious. But he had no filter. He was crazy.
You kind of got to respect the guy for shooting a shot, though.
Yeah. And it's
that.
funny because his name is Kevin Craig Nick Tuck from Tuck.
From
Jeez.
Tuk Tuk
So
Tuk.
Kevin Craig Nick Tuck from Tuck Tuck Tuck. It was always funny.
That's some,
Yeah.
that's some Canadian lingo right there.
Probably one of the best hockey players I played with back then. He was solid.
Dude, quite the setup you got here.
Yeah, let's talk
Good,
sledding.
good little spot.
Thank you.
You like living in Revelstoke because you didn't grow up here, right?
No, not at all. So I'm originally from Northwest Territories, so it's
Just
all
like way up.
Way north.
way up north. Yeah, 18-hour drive from here, so it's not as bad as
Crap.
everyone from Saskatchewan's further, Ontario and stuff. So I can't complain. We have a lot of clients that drive like 30 some hours to come here, so which is cool.
We met a lot of people
That drove-
that are like, yeah, drove here from wherever. And I'm like, nice. How far of a drive is that?
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, it wasn't too bad. It was like 18 hours. I'm like, man, we got a different definition of not that bad.
yeah, we're used to it. I'll drive home in like one shot if I could.
What's up with these roads?
Oh man,
Like,
they're
what's up with
horrible.
Canadian roads?
Well, because the weather is so inconsistent. Like it's like you have summers to repair them, and then winters is the gong show.
Yeah, but we got kind of the same weather
Well, I
as
guess-
you guys,
Yeah,
and ours aren't this bad. But it seems like when we drove here
Busy
from
here, though.
Minnesota, but from Minnesota or right above Minnesota in Canada, all the way to Revelstoke, it was like some of the worst roads we've driven on, and we've
Yeah.
we've traveled quite a bit.
like quality wise or like
Yeah, like
dangerous?
quality
Oh, okay,
wise.
yeah, yeah. Well, both, and it's sketchy.
Well,
too.
you guys don't even
Drivers are
put
crazy.
like normal places put sand on the roads. You guys just like dump rocks.
Oh,
on
yeah,
the flat
it's like
road.
sand and rock. They don't get like clean mix for
Uh-uh.
sure. In the cities, it's a bit better, like on the freeways between like cities, but like the mountains is just crazy. Like it's hard to maintain and keep up. Like I can't even shovel my deck off, man.
Well, that's the thing.
My
You
snowblower
guys get
doesn't work on
a
it.
ridiculous amount of snow. How much snow do you get a year?
I don't even keep track of that. A lot, like yeah, that's
550
low right now.
inches.
Yeah, like 8 feet. What's that today?
5
Did you even get to see it? Because you cranked it.
something like that.
Dude, so do you ever get like upset that like frat boys from the States take your lingo? Because I think your lingo is pure. I guess I'm kind of throwing it back to like how everyone thinks you're funny. But I think they take like frat boys and like whatever, they talk like how Canadians actually talk.
I think it was the Nelk
Yeah.
Boys wave, like
Well,
like
yeah, I
kind of
guess there's that,
transitioning
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
but
extra
yeah,
Lincoln
for
and
sure.
American
Lingo.
buddies, like,
Like,
they,
you
it's-
just,
I
you
would,
know-
you could think like Steve's from like Canada.
Do you?
Yeah,
so
true.
does that kind of piss you off that like
No, I
all
think
these
it's
frat boys are
hilarious.
talking like that?
No.
Oh, it's like a sense of what's the word, Ryan? Ryan's my word guy.
Oh, you're a thesaurus. Like pride.
Flattery.
Yeah.
Like flattery.
Yeah, I guess so. I would say that. Yeah, I think Canadians aren't funny, man. Like American comedy, American movies, American commercials are way more funny than Canadian ones.
Do you guys even have like TV and stuff up here?
Yeah. they do. So what's like What's your
Kevin from Tuk might not on the freaking Arctic Ocean. Leave that TV.
what's like
Third
your
world country up here. You Canadians.
Dude, it is not a third world. What's your opinion on Nelk? Like, obviously, I remember you watched them. When we
Oh
first
yeah,
met.
I used to watch them hard. Yeah, they're funny as hell. It's because I could relate to them because like he's like so Canadian about it. So like that's funny, but like when it's like trying to be like serious, like I said, like a serious movie that's supposed to be so big, and it's just like that wasn't funny. Like the American version, American actors would have been funnier. But we do have funny Canadian actors like Ryan Reynolds
Yeah,
and
true.
people like that and stuff, right? They're just getting so big now. It's like different. I mean, watching so long, so
Yeah, it's
No,
tough.
I agree with that too. Though when they
when
they
it
tried to
started,
get a
it was
little
just
more
so
serious,
funny. Like because
Yeah.
he was just
it was gold.
legit, and just being a dumbass is like just how all Canadians are. We're all dumbasses because Trudeau's still our prime minister. So
Anyone under
There
him
it is.
is a dumbass.
yeah, we're obviously doing something wrong.
Do most people? It seems like most people say that because like the couple times that, well, especially in our audience, but the couple times that we've like mentioned, I guess Canadian politics kind of fires up the comment section for us, like agreeing.
Yeah, and actually, there's a lot of Americans that agree too. But I guess you guys don't have it much better. So I don't know. Still fortunate to be from Canada, that's for sure. I live in like the most beautiful place in the world. It's not tropical, but it's tits deep snow. So
It's
But it's all right.
That should
You
be
can't-
Rebel Stokes.
Yesterday-
That should be Rebel Stokes
Yes.
slogan.
man, how sick was
It's
yesterday?
not
That's
tropical,
amazing,
but it's
dude.
tits
Where do you
deep
get
snow.
yesterday? I can go
Bro.
choose anything.
Rebel
I wanna do that.
You should put that on a fucking
Yeah,
No,
put that on
I
a shirt
love
and
that
sell
so
that.
much. It's not tropical, but it's tits deep snow. Like
Yeah,
in
it's a
cursive.
dream, man.
It's in cursive over the
When buying online, you guys know the importance of getting your order quickly. And if you have your own online business, you know how hard it can be to fulfill those orders and get them out as fast as possible, especially during a busy season. When your e-commerce business is dealing with gift returns, like deliveries and a mountain of customer emails, you can feel stuck. ShipStation helps you get there faster, whether you run a side hustle or a giant warehouse, keep customers happy and fulfill more orders than ever, all while cutting shipping costs and managing it all from a single dashboard. And their best rates in the industry just got even better with up to 86% off USPS and UPS rates. It's not a question of if you should switch to ShipStation, but why you haven't already. Running a business can be super stressful, but when we switched to ShipStation, it took so much stress out of our lives in the fulfillment process. We used to write on every envelope by hand and like put a stamp on it and have a handwritten address, and it took forever. And then we started with a free trial for ShipStation, and we haven't looked back since. It took all the difficulty out of our fulfillment process, honestly. So keep growing your business all year long with ShipStation and use promo code WIDEOPEN today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, promo code WIDEOPEN. The new year brings new adventures, from new travel experiences to new jobs or picking up new skills. So there's no better way to prepare for 2023 than by learning a new language with Babbel. Babbel is a language learning app that's sold over 10 million subscriptions. And thanks to Babbel's addictively fun and easy bite-sized language lessons, you can feel confident no matter where the new year takes you. Before Babbel, I think the last Spanish lesson I took was freshman year in high school. And if you took Spanish freshman year in high school, you know how little you learned and how much it wasn't very fun. But I did want to learn how to speak Spanish and speak Spanish while traveling. But the best part is these lessons don't feel like school. You only need 10 minutes to complete a lesson. And I'm already feeling a little bit more confident for my trip to Mexico. There's so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcast, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. So right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to Babbel.com/wideopen. That's Babbel.com/wideopen for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. How many days do you have on snow this year?
2.
2?
yeah, that's
That's what's
My
crazy.
first
I mean,
season
like,
here, I had like 120, but that was like a lot. Like like for example, like Muskoka, like that guy goes like every day, so that's exhausting. Like I couldn't imagine trying to work and do that. It'd be impossible. But
he's huge up here. He's like a household name. I swear I've heard him get brought
Really
up like
has.
100 times.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, wasn't no one else like doing big YouTube like with sledding like that, other than like him and Brett, and then Nick's getting some traction now, which is cool. So,
Yep.
yeah, and
Dude,
then
that sounds terrible.
yeah, on the average
Like,
year, I'll still get
That
40,
doesn't sound
50
fun
days.
at all.
snowmobiling takes.
That's a lot, man.
out
I
of you.
couldn't go every day.
Dude,
I know.
every
Go
day,
man.
get home, upload your footage, edit
Well, he
it,
grinds his
upload the
editing too
video,
every
have a
night.
thumbnail,
Every night.
get up
Yeah.
the next day. do it all again. That sounds literally terrible.
Hey, everyone's bred for different stuff.
Yeah, I'm impressed
true.
by it, but I agree.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
sounds
no, the
tough.
grind.
I'm out here fueling sleds, oiling sleds, ranching on sleds, talking sleds, sleeping sleds, thinking
Yeah,
sleds
you-
every
you-
day.
You ever
Yeah.
get sick of it? You ever get sick of
Yeah,
people coming
like,
in here
not-
like
no.
partying,
No,
or they're like on vacation and you're kind of like, holy crap. Well, I guess it's probably different because not everybody's your friend. You're not always in here
I'm
every
pretty
night
like
chilling.
no, I don't hang out with everyone, but I love all the guests. I haven't had not one bad batch of guests since I started this place. So
That's good.
it's been awesome. And then no, they're here to this is their getaway, right? So that's what I'm here to offer. I don't give a crap what they do. 5 guys come sledding for the week. They get away from the wives for a week. They sat in the hot tub and drank for like 3 of those days. I don't whatever. Give it. They
That's
do-
Go for it.
just- yeah, on a road trip. That's what I built this
Hey,
place.
honey, I'm going snowmobiling for 3 days, but they find out
don't
you
sweat
just
at
went
all.
and hot tubbed with your buddies and got drunk. What do you call the hot tub? Wiener.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
I don't. What?
No, dude. Carter did not call it that. Brett goes,
No.
yeah, when we're leaving the parking lot, he's like, what are you guys going to go head back to Carter's and sit in the wiener water?
Oh, yeah, no.
And I was like, it's not
Just
wiener
run the
water.
jets at least. Don't be the guys that sit in there like bath water.
Yeah,
Fuck, I
that's
think that was
actually-
Evan and I. for
Yeah,
sure.
Carter's got a rule board out there, and it says have to run the jets if all guys in the hot tub.
Oh man.
We bought a bath
fucking
bomb,
rules.
like because weed's
Oh,
legal
don't
up here.
put that in there.
We can't.
No.
Fuck.
No. That's saltwater hot tub.
We bath bomb Carter's hot tub.
Don't you like it?
You guys can bath bomb the tub in the
Surprise!
accommodation.
Yeah, there we go.
Just bath bomb the sink in the kitchen.
Evan's sitting in it like a little toddler. With his
Put him in the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I guess speaking of
All right,
guests,
now
how's,
wash your hinder.
All right, we're gonna have Ev hop in, share his experiences.
Oh boy.
just in general.
how many experiences did you have this
Yeah,
weekend?
what have we
Well,
got?
my favorite experience was watching my dear friend Ben take out a national monument. That was a good time.
Yeah, you like that? Do you
Free
guys
hoodie,
do
epic
you guys know that
footage.
video
Come
of
on.
the guy going up
Clip.
the snowmobile ramp and then like blacking out
Like the red
and
coat.
pinning it at the top, and then he falls off the side
And the
of the
ramp
truck?
hit him in the head?
No, how
Because
do I
there was a
explain-
crazy
Oh,
it was like,
up onto the truck.
Yeah,
it
and then
fell
the
off
snowmobile
side.
like launches over the truck, and the guy falls off
Oh, like a
the side of
needle.
the truck.
He lawn
yeah.
that
chairs.
was at this year?
Yeah.
That was at Frisbee, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the right next to the parking lot,
Like further down from
next
Boulder.
parking lot down.
Yeah.
Do you think that guy was just like hammered?
Dude,
No,
everyone's
he just
recording.
grabbed a little
No.
throttle
Yeah,
and he
no,
hooked.
man.
There's
No
no way that
way.
you could do that with being sober.
Are you
He
serious?
wasn't
There's no
hammered,
way.
but no offense. There's just people that, I don't know, maybe the throttle stuck. Who knows? There's 2 sides to every story. Or maybe he just had no freaking clue.
Well, my question is, why was there so many people in the background filming it?
I don't know. It was kind of odd. Yeah, because like that's where like maybe he was effed up. Like, well, let's get this
Yeah.
on video because he's
Right.
like, completely whiskey-less.
Yeah, that's my only.
And that's why you have Jody, Whiskey Throttle Power Sports.
What'd you just do?
What?
You just plug?
you plug Jody at Whiskey Power Throttle.
Yeah,
Sports.
shout out.
Weed's legal.
Yes.
Canada. How long is that?
Oh, weed's been legal since I've been smoking it.
The
So
whole
2013.
What? In Canada?
Yeah.
Weed's been legal that long?
Well, for me, it has been. I just walk around with it everywhere.
Hold up. No.
Is that how that works?
I like that. I just love the it's been legal for me since I've been
Yeah,
smoking it.
hell yeah. But weed's been legal since Trudeau came and burnt this country down.
Wait a minute.
That's got to
So
be
we did
one positive
good
for
thing.
you, huh?
One good thing.
What?
Don't want to say it.
One good thing that he's done? Yeah, weed legal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it.
Well, like you smoke weed over drinking?
I'm on and off with weed. I didn't smoke weed for a whole year last year just for my concussions. But like after I finally was concussion like symptom free, I started smoking again. So I was on and off for a while with that.
How'd you get concussions?
Just all from sports before.
Really?
Yeah. And then just a couple other incidents and then that's it. Yeah.
Hockey?
Yeah, hockey at first, yeah.
That's CJ. You haven't met him.
Yeah,
But
Micah was mentioned that.
yeah, has really bad concussion syndrome.
Yeah.
Or syndrome.
Oh, like that's a thing.
No,
Might
it's
have
like
that
post-
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, bad concussion symptoms.
Yeah.
And I mean, just like even the smallest stuff would flare him up.
Yeah, like even sledding, like I got to be careful too, right? I don't really go like too huge when I'm riding, but I just like to shred. But I just got to watch. Like I don't even like doing bow ties. Like I just fling my neck around all the time.
Yeah.
But depending on the snow, if it's really tractiony and like catches you off guard, then you can really whiplash yourself pretty good. So it's not worth it for me. Nobody's paying me to go do bow like ties on Instagram. So
What kind of symptoms do you have?
just horrible brain fog, like no headaches or anything like major like that, and then just like vertigo-y, but brain fog and like head pressure. That's probably not even like doesn't even exist. It's just it just feels like it. Yeah, I've been to brain centers. I've been to Orlando. I've done a bunch of stuff. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What all have you tried?
I went to a neuroplasticity center in Florida that fixed me after my like first few initial concussions. So it's like a week long, but they do it like 3-week thing, but a week long is expensive. It was like
I bet.
150 grand Canadian.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah.
And what do they do?
They just put you like in machines all day and have your eyes connected to like lasers and cameras, and like they put you in this like spinning like crazy like state of the art freaking damn
Jeez.
spaceship machine.
And
spin
would you say
around.
that it helped?
Yeah, it definitely helped me. Yeah, it fixed me completely.
Crepes.
Crepes?
Crepes.
Frick, crepes would be good right now.
I think you said gripes.
Oh, you said crepes?
CRE.
Yeah, but a little thin pancake with some
Yeah.
jam on it.
No, but like
sounds
the
fine.
crepe factory, it's like dessert ones. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet
cream.
and savory.
We'll take them.
Hold
Yeah.
up. What? No. Crepe Factory?
Yeah. Crepe,
Like Cheesecake Factory? Is
kind of, yeah.
that a Canadian thing?
I
Crepe
don't know.
Factory?
No, they probably
Must
have
be.
crepe factory. It's like a crepe, like at the food court at the mall. Those fancy crepes. I don't know. Anyways, this
You guys-
let's talk about crepes.
The other Americans here know what he's talking about?
I mean, I know.
I know what a crepe is. I don't
Everything I know about
saying
crepes
crepe.
is from Talladega Nights.
Micah calls rockets Smarties.
Okay, and that's what I was super interested. I'm pretty sure.
Are you talking about Smarties?
Smarties started in
No, no.
Canada,
Yeah, you
and
can't get them in the
then
States.
America wanted to make Smarties, but they were like, "Well, we want the Smarties to be. They want them to look like the Rockets."
Or are they
they
called
just-
Smart Sweets? Those ones? Or you actually they're like
What
the
what were
Rockets?
you just eating? That candy that you were eating in the
Rockets? Yeah, they're
Rockets.
Rockets.
No, that's smart.
No, those are Smarties.
Yeah,
No, Smarties is the chocolate.
No, Hershey's is chocolate.
but yeah, they call them Rockets here.
All Hershey's is chocolate.
What? Hold up. What's a Smartie?
It's not very good.
Everything here is
I tell
weird.
you
They
what,
call
I like
Cheetos
Smarties.
Smarties.
I don't
cheese
know.
pleasures
Where?
All right, now
No,
that's
No,
cheese
that's the
pleasers.
knockoff brand.
or
They're
cheddar
called-
cheddar pleasure.
Cheese
That's what it was.
pleasers.
Cheese pleasers.
Cheddar pleasure.
Ev got just the
These
strangest
Smarties.
assortment of
Never
Vittles.
seen those.
snacks. What? No, I have no
No?
idea, dude. You guys,
Those
you
look like
Canadians-
jelly
I've,
beans.
I've seen them because of.
Does the
Yeah,
Easter
you
Bunny
know
bring
that.
those?
What's that?
The Easter Bunny?
I don't believe in the Easter Bunny.
You don't?
No.
What?
Yeah, man.
Who brings you your eggs?
Man, ever since I stopped getting chocolate eggs, I just stopped believing.
What about Santa?
No, I still believe in him. I get
Okay,
presents.
yeah, I was gonna
Hey,
say.
you're close.
I was gonna say. Dude, I think Canada chocolate is different in some way though, because Kit Kats taste way better.
Oh, the Kit Kats here are way better.
What?
Way better.
Yeah.
You guys have way more junk food though.
No,
That's
your,
why I get Saxton bring me Krispy Kremes
your
every
chip
time.
selection is bizarre. The
No way,
flavors.
dude. You guys have way more
ketchup
chip
and-
flavors. Ketchup? What do you mean ketchup? Oh yeah, you guys don't have ketchup.
All dressed.
No, we have lots of
You?
ketchup, just no ketchup
No,
chips.
we have ketchup. Hold
Just,
up. What?
just
You think
regular
we don't
old
have
fashioned
ketchup?
catsup. We don't have Lay's ketchup chips.
What? Really?
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Well, we don't have like spray cheese and 40 different types of Oreos.
Spray
See,
cheese.
no
No one
spray
should.
cheese?
Like
no
Mike
one
was
should
saying
have
spray
earlier,
never
spray
had
cheese.
spray
third
cheese
world
in
country.
Canada.
Yeah.
They've
Like
never had
Cheese Whiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the spray can.
Yeah. Cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, we've never had that here.
Yeah, and no one should.
No, that's
It's
yeah.
like
and
not even.
It's
Yeah,
not good for you, but
the
it's
food in America is way too bad for you.
Do you guys look at Americans like, man, those guys are idiots? Like, do Canadians?
You
Like,
gotta think about it.
Honestly, man, there's like Americans that know nothing about their own country.
That's true.
yeah. As in, hold up.
We learn about America in social studies here. I failed social studies, but I just know we learned about America a lot. So
They didn't teach us shit about
You can tell you
Canada.
what
I didn't
they
even show
learned
up for
about,
that
but
class.
not what it.
You know
What's
what's
that?
crazy, bro? In the last podcast, who was it? Somebody thought that Canada was owned by England, and you guys had a queen.
really,
Yeah, who
Oh,
was it?
that's
I think it might have been Ryan. Yeah, Ryan
I was
thought
at
that
a
everyone
hockey
was gonna
camp
have to
in
finger blast the queen to get in because his passport wasn't valid.
really.
Oh.
I was at a hockey camp in Penticton,
Sorry.
and a kid didn't know who Wayne Gretzky was. Yeah. I was at a hockey camp in Penticton, like I go there every summer, and the kid in my hockey camp didn't know who Wayne Gretzky was.
What?
That's
Yeah.
tough.
Did you guys
Yeah, that's
bully the
tough.
shit out of him? And like,
No, I don't bully. I like friendly bug friends. Like I pick on Nick. I pick on Mater every day.
I'm gonna call it that. I'm friendly bugging.
Yeah, man, Canadian. No,
Yeah,
but it's like you like
I
give
guess
the kid a
playing
hard
hockey-
time. You like give the kid a hard time once you like cozy up to them, right? When you get comfortable.
Send him
Like
chirp,
the kid was a beauty.
like chirp.
But I was like, dude, you don't know who the fuck Gretzky is? Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like,
Also, they're just not into hockey. Everyone's
hockey's
gotta
like
be
one
into
of the
hockey
smallest sports.
Yeah.
It's underpaid too. Well, not like underpaid, but they just don't have that big of salary caps like football teams and baseball teams and NBA. Yeah. Those guys make big money.
What is your opinion of soccer?
I actually watched World Cup for the first time the other day because my barber, which is like, I got him into sledding and his buddy. These guys are hilarious. Oh my God. I wish you guys were here to ride with these guys. Brett has some crazy stories with them. Brett even night rescued them on their last clinic.
Really?
Yeah. But my barber is from like England and his other buddy's like Italian. But like, I can't remember. Luke's maybe born in Canada, but Enrico's born in Calgary, but his family's like hardcore Italian. So they're a little bit more like bougier guys, like from Calgary or whatever. And I snow checked them 2 brand new matrices.
Okay.
Like one of them like broke his whole like leg and had surgery. Their first time sledding. All of them literally came here, rented sleds. Obviously waivers were signed and all this stuff. Like I was legit when we started right off the bat, no funny business. And like yeah, he like fell like he was like I don't know, just like it was a socked in day. So like your vision was horrible and he like went down like unexpected like kind of drop, like kind of like a little bit of a gully, and he like his leg came off the running board and he like snapped his leg. They had to like get him out of there, like never been up there before. Like they just rented sleds. Like when you rent sleds, you're on your own, right? Like we're none of us are guides, we can't guide, so that's all up to Great Canadian here that runs the guiding tenure. So anyways, yeah, they like had a crazy trip that time, and then
I love the
few other
details that you
injuries.
had on
Like,
these
they literally
stories,
came here
Carter.
and just rented and just wanted to go ride because I met my barber in Calgary. Last year, they snow checked sleds off me and they're like, yo, like, should we do Brett's clinic? I'm like, yeah, you should do Brett's clinic. 100%. Like, you guys are clueless out there right now. Like, which is whatever. That's how not everyone starts. Everyone's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So they do Brett's clinics last year. I think they did like 2 and they did 1 this year already. And they are like absolute shredders.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They're running like finger throttles and everything. They've never been like on a sled in their life.
What was the original
Yeah,
question?
they're not like just
Soccer.
dumbasses.
What is your opinion of
yeah,
soccer?
yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
God. Okay, I smoked weed before this damn episode, so that's how I got into it. Because they're huge soccer fans.
Dude,
We all 3 of us smoked the joint. All 3 of us smoked the joint. So.
can we have another?
Oh my God, man.
Can we go with another?
Hold up. Where
And
were
this
you
is my
going
first
with that?
ever episode, so I'm not used to talking on camera.
No,
so.
no. Just finish.
You're
the-
doing great.
Anyways,
What are you
that's
doing
how
with
this got to
soccer?
that. They're huge soccer fans, and like
Oh.
Luke's from England and Enrico's from Italy. They're diehard soccer
Okay,
fans.
okay,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
These guys go to the games. Like Enrico's in Italy right now, actually. And they were here doing Brett's clinic in December for Luke's birthday, and that was when World Cup finals were on.
Yeah,
I've never really ever like put effort
watched
into
it.
watching soccer or football, as you call it, and it was pretty entertaining.
No, we
for that
don't.
World Cup.
We don't call it football.
No, but as they call it.
Oh yeah, someone does, not us.
It was entertaining, but there was like
I don't
7
think
or
they're
6,
listening.
like, I don't know. I seen like 8 like pussies on the field for sure. They were like all diving and just like holding their shins and stuff. And like I played hockey and had my teeth
Dude,
smashed
right?
out like 4 times. I got my teeth smashed out a 5th time getting kicked in the mouth at Cowboys in Calgary. Like,
Oh,
and I
really?
still went to Denny's at 4 a.m. and had whatever drinks they served and 8 pancakes. So like no joke story. This is
They sell
crazy.
cocktails at Denny's.
Yeah, man. They have a bar
Holy
there.
shit.
I don't know if they have one.
No,
here.
no, not in the
Not
United
here.
States. They do
What?
not
Yeah,
have
they serve
alcohol at
in
Denny's.
Canada.
I don't think. Have you guys?
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
That's
No.
why I kind of.
Denny's
They
has
just
a
have
bar in
hash
it?
browns.
Denny's has a bar in it in Canada.
But I think
But
they,
you got
they
your-
serve alcohol. I've been to Denny's. I've served alcohol. Maybe they didn't give me alcohol at 4 a.m. that night, but I don't know. But like it was, yeah, I went there for sure. I ate breakfast,
No-
with no teeth,
no one was-
blood all down my chest.
Yeah, no
Get
one
your
was
teeth kicked
surprised
in
that
by-
I
it
got my
was.
teeth kicked out while I was handcuffed.
Yeah, no one was surprised that it was your
Why you
5th
were heck-
time
Because I
losing
beat
your
the crap
teeth.
out of like 5 guys in the casino with my buddy Trevor
Crepes.
and our whole hockey team. Yeah,
Trevor, let's get on.
yeah,
Let's go with some crepes at the Denny's.
yeah.
Celebrate.
But yeah, but yeah, watching the soccer game, I don't know, people were like getting hurt, but it was entertaining for like the hype of it, like big crowd and like and it was like tie game, and that one guy on the other team, I don't know, he was just like the superstar. So
Is there anything else? Should we call in Brent?
Let's just
or
call in
Trent. and
Trent.
David.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I
Sure.
think we're gonna call in Trent real quick.
real quick. Do I got to roll one? Do I got to roll another? Okay.
I walked in there, I'm like, can we get Trent? They go, I don't know if you want Trent.
Trent, take a seat, dude. Just keep in mind.
Keep in mind what?
This is a
Keep in
family
mind
program.
what? Whoever. I'm good.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
Oh, I'm
Hey,
so
man.
sorry, Carter.
I don't care. Like I said, you guys are here to enjoy yourselves.
Carter,
I guess.
Carter.
I'm not gonna
All
hold
right,
it.
we'll see how
Like,
this goes.
I'm not gonna.
All right,
Thank you
Carter.
so much,
Thanks,
man.
brother.
Carter's been hooking it up
Thanks,
all week.
Ryan.
It's
That was
it's been such a good time having you. He's the most Canadian man we know.
Funny, bro. I love the stories.
Yep.
I love the
It's
stories.
so
it's
good.
like going through like a maze following sometimes, but that's because I'm stupid.
What's the? I'm not drunk. I just pretend to be.
No, you're fucking drunk. All right, okay. For the final segment of this podcast, it has been a bit random one, but it's been good. We have Trent and David, two of our good buddies.
Best friends, I'd say.
Okay, yeah.
Pause.
Closing it down.
He paused.
Yeah,
He's
the
delayed a
friends
little
that-
bit on that.
No.
Existing-
I just wasn't sure if you felt that same way, so I wasn't gonna
I
just say
definitely
that
do
and then have it be awkward.
You know what does go a long way though? You guys are the friends in the group chat that we use the most.
I was just saying
We
that.
use that the most.
I feel like I talk to you guys all the time, and I watch you guys' videos, so it's like I hang out with you all the time. But then
yeah.
when you guys see me, it's literally the first time you've seen me in a year.
Hey Trent,
Yeah.
you still cool then?
Somebody else has also said I listen to the podcast, I watch the videos and everything, and then when I'm around you, I don't really know what to talk about because I know everything.
I feel like
All my
it's all been talked
questions,
about.
all my questions
Yeah.
that I was gonna ask you, so I don't even ask.
I definitely talk to myself when I'm listening to your guys' podcast and shout things back into my radio.
That's funny.
Yeah, I like almost call you guys to be like, "No, you're wrong." Oh,
Why would
Ryan
you
was
do it
talking
that
about.
way?
We were talking about something that I called people at heydays, and you were trying to-
Hillrods.
Hillrods was the name.
What did
And-
Ryan say? He said lot lizards.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm like, Ryan, that's so wrong.
Yeah.
And I wanted to call you guys, and I'm like, it wouldn't do any good. It was a week ago you guys recorded this.
So what's the story with both you and Mike having tendonitis in your arms here?
I don't think Mike's is tendonitis. I think he's just
Your
faking
forearm
it.
is huge.
It's like a
bro.
secondary.
So what's
Your forearm is
your
massive.
forearm is disturbingly large right
Yeah.
now, Trent. I'm gonna be honest here.
I have-
Mike, what do we got going on over here?
It's pretty big, bro. It's pretty big.
Oh my God! Here, come
Like-
over here. Let me see.
So
What- yeah,
what
wait,
are the odds
you
of
guys
you
wanna
guys getting these specific
I've never-
issues at the exact same time on a trip?
I've never had this before, and it's brutal. Like it makes it not fun
Like
to ride.
yours looks a lot different than mine. Let me
Can you-
see.
Dude, it's huge. It's
Where?
on fire right now
His
too.
looks so much different.
What is it?
Oh, that's a lot less hair.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
it
this-
is.
Look at.
No, look it.
He meant, dude. My arm is like
souvenir.
okay. First of all, my arm is super
Oh,
fat.
dude, you should sign this. Hey,
Not think you were just gonna grab it like that.
hey, the comment with the most likes gets signed KT tape.
Okay,
from
well,
Micah Sandman.
we're gonna have you be the man responsible for that one.
Yeah, I'll
Ken
take
ain't-
that home
Ken
with
ain't
me.
shipping
Oh my
that out.
god, that's gross.
Disgusting.
You could
There's
that.
so much
Oh, it's
hair
stuck
on
to my
that.
finger. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Ryan.
It's like the scene.
Let me see that.
It's
No,
like the
it's
scene
gone.
in Monsters Inc. when they get the dirty sock on them.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
2319.
I meant to make that a lot smoother, but I couldn't get a grasp on it.
I don't know. It just seems like weirdly
Hurts, doesn't it?
suspicious that Mike and Trent's forearms are both cramping and overused. So
Are you guys both right-handed?
Yes.
Oh.
I've had an ongoing issue with bicep tendonitis, and this is a
What?
bi-weekly something. I don't know. Bicep tendonitis.
Dude, it literally looks like my arm is broken.
It might be.
What do you got going up higher there? Is
But
like
we don't know how healthcare works in Canada, so we can't even go to the doctor.
all joking aside, that is a massive concern of mine when I'm up
Yeah.
here. I've never Googled that. Like,
It's
how does
free, but
a U.S.
For
citizen
an
in
American?
Canada healthcare
True.
work?
I'm sure they would still accept you
we could ask
going into a
Carter.
hospital. Could you go to a hospital in Canada as an American? Yeah.
And then what?
Well,
Yeah, that's
gotta-
a problem.
that's-
You gotta pay in maple syrup.
Beaver pelts.
You gotta play in maple syrup. Hey, actually, Carter, I have one more question for you. Here, you can just hop in right here. What's up with like every business feeling that they need to put a maple leaf on their logo or just on the front of their building? Here, you get real close.
It's like all the Americans love their flag so much.
Yeah.
Look at my skin's hood. It's got 2 American flags.
Yeah.
stitching.
Ben, do you think we're just desensitized to it and we just don't notice the American
Wait,
flag?
totally.
We love
Yeah, I
deep
never
fried
suppose.
flag
I
like
suppose.
that.
I suppose.
Look at all your drops. You guys do so many red, white, and blue drops.
We do.
It's American.
Yeah.
It's Canadian. That's your.
Do you think that here? Get, do you think that Canadians have the same sense of patriotism? If that's the right word.
No, you guys are way more. You guys
Patriotic?
go hard. Americans go hard. They're very patriotic.
Nice. All
There
right.
you have it.
Yeah, that's sick.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, you guys. I like Canada, but
I like Canada too.
fuck Trudeau.
And on that note,
This has just been a educating the Americans on Canadian culture.
Trent, you
Trent,
can't have a
shut up.
sub conversation in a podcast.
we can.
No, you can't.
We just
We're
did. having a conversation about thin pancakes.
Crepes. Are you saying crepes or crepes?
I want to say one thing on a serious note. I told you guys numerous times this week, but like the videos, you guys will see in the videos, your riding the last 4 years, Ben did a pretty massive drop today, like a respectable, proper drop today. Your riding has progressed so much, and I am so stoked for you guys. Like originally it was a joke, like, oh, let's see what kind of shit we can get him in. And now it's like, we're in the shit and you guys are right there behind us. And I am
Thanks,
so
David.
proud of you boys.
thanks,
Thank you,
David.
Dave.
You
Thank
too, Ryan.
It's
Hey,
it's
hey, hold up. Ryan, can you sit down, actually? Ryan?
Have a
sit
seat,
down.
Ryan, here.
Angry Russ.
First off, thank you, Dave. I actually think that we have progressed a lot more than the amount of time that we've put in would equate to. And I think it's just because, like, we ride, like, 4 times a year. maybe.
Realistically, it's been 20 days,
4
in the
days a
mountain,
year.
20 days in the mountains since we first rode
Yeah.
together in the mountains.
Yeah, so not a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
But I think it's just the fact of being forced into the shit. And then also watching like the best riders in the world do their thing and like kind of just having to follow. Oh God, they shouldn't be far. They've been swarming the block. But anyway, do you mean all of us or like most of us?
Who are we eliminating?
I've had
here?
a tough trip, okay?
Ryan had a bad couple days.
I've had a tough trip.
You know, I did, Ryan. You did struggle a bit. You did, but
So much.
you can't let the anger get in the way, Ryan. Yeah, okay. Today, I don't know if you saw my story. There was this screenshot of Ryan when he was straight up and down stuck next to like 3 trees, and I said the caption was "dead inside,"
Yes.
and he was just looking into the camera with these blank, like nothing in his eyes.
Dead
no
eyes,
emotion.
yep.
I saw that more on this trip than I have in a long time.
Yeah, it was
wanna
just
talk
like a
about that?
sign of defeat.
It's just a bummer too because I've been trying to be better vibes type of guy lately.
you kind of
Not working.
And that's what's unfortunate is like when you are making an effort and then people go, "Oh yeah, you've really been crabby this trip," and you go, "Fuck, have I?" But and no, it's been a tough go around, and I've done some of my best snowmobiling,
Just not on the camera.
just not on camera.
yeah, because yesterday,
And
outside of the
also,
lens.
just nobody saw it.
And also,
Okay.
nobody was around.
No, at the end of the day yesterday, I said that to you in the truck yesterday. I was like, dude, you were shredding at the end. No cameras on, but I promise it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I kind of like get nervous, a little camera shy, you know.
Yeah. The irony.
It's crazy because I mean we haven't been like filming for that long, so you still get like camera shy and
I'm working on
Did
it.
you guys talk about how Mike was lost all day?
dude, Mike's
Have
been
we- have
lost
we-
for the last 6 years of our friendship.
Okay, but we covered that topic earlier in the podcast.
No, but
we
I
should
feel
talk
like-
about that.
I mean, what's to be said?
He was gone. It was kind of like he wasn't on the trip. I know. Everyone's like, "Where's Mike?" Like the whole
You lost us in the trail back to the truck.
multiple times.
He did that because of me. My goggles were fogged up.
I did, dude. I was making new friends. Me and Kyle, 28 billion, were hanging out, and
Dude, Evan,
Jody.
I got to the parking lot today at the end of the day, and Evan was just hooked up to a random Artie cat, and he pulled him into the lot.
so yeah.
That's called making
Moral of the
friends.
story is
What
like,
a friend.
Well, when Ev
just
did
trying to
that,
get
he
some
said,
good
"I just
karma."
did that to get some good karma." I go, "Ev, that was sure nice of you." And yeah, I just did it because I wanted some good karma with the mountain.
Dude, you gotta once in a while.
Karma Mountain.
You know,
I want more Karma Mountain.
mountain's a crazy place.
We have a mirror in the trailer to check for vampires.
Nobody gets that joke,
No.
Trent.
Very
Yeah,
specific joke, but you see
Yeah.
Trent.
If you find a
You've seen
sleeping
it.
vampire, you don't stab it in the neck. You draw a dick on its forehead because it can't look in the mirror.
Yeah.
But everybody else can see it.
Yeah,
Damn, I feel like we got to wrap on that.
Yeah, please.
that was a good one.
All right. Okay. On that note, thank you guys for making it to the end of the podcast. Subscribe if you have not already, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you back at home.